So the new products in rice in Australia are based on Rinskor Active, and the reason for the interest in Rinskor Active is because it has broad activity on key weeds in rice, and they include barnyard grass, which it's very strong on, sedge weeds such as dirty dora, and then also broadleaf aquatic weeds. So it's got a broad spectrum of activity with good safety to rice, and that was the reason for our interest in commercialising Rinskor Active in rice in Australia.
The Rinskor Active is two products, one's eubenic and the other one's Agixa. Agixa is a grass herbicide specifically for barnyard grass, but it does have some broadleaf activity, and we're really positioning that into drill sown rice in particular, but it also has a use in aerial seeded rice as well.
The Agixa herbicide with Rinskor Active is a combination of Rinskor together with Cyhalifop, which was previously sold as Barnstorm. The combination of the two actives is an excellent combination to give strong and broad control of the key weeds in drill seeded rice, where growers are having water on and off the field, and that allows establishment of barnyard grass as an early competitor to rice. Agixa herbicide is a very strong treatment for barnyard grass control and other grass weeds, and so is very, very useful for drill seeded rice growers.
The trials have shown that to get the best out of Agixa is to work it in with a foundation treatment. And the three-way mix of paraquat, clomazone and pendimethalin is a great foundation treatment that just really sets the crop up, and then to incorporate Agixa as a post-emergent treatment just prior to permanent flood really does give the best results, and it's certainly been borne out in a number of trials over a number of years that it consistently gives the best weed control and gives the best yields.
As good as Agixa has been performing this year in controlling big weeds, controlling dense populations of weeds, it might lead some people to think that they can skimp or avoid having to use a foundation treatment and just come in with a post-em product. We always recommend that it be used following some type of foundation treatment, and a lot of the times if timing of the foundation treatment and good coverage of the foundation treatment occurs, you don't need to come back with a clean-up spray.
And certainly with the Agixa products, we think that foundation treatments, they work very well where they're applied early, and then the Agixa product we used later.
So if that's used post-flush pre-emergence, pre the rice emergence, then it sets the rice bay up nicely for following application of Agixa, and that gives total weed control and maximises yield potential for rice growers in Australia.
One of the major weeds in rice is barnyard grass, and Agixa Rinskor Active herbicide, which contains both Cyhalifop active, which was what was in Barnstorm, as well as new Rinskor Active. Both of those actives are acting on the barnyard grass. The Cyhalifop component also works on other grass weeds, including silvertop and panicum. The Agixa also has activity on broadleaf weeds. If you're coming out of a winter crop or coming out of a pasture sequence and in fallow, and there are some problem broadleaf weeds that get through a knockdown or get through a foundation treatment, Agixa is cleaning up those weeds as well.
The performance has been exceptional this year, first year of use, but it's also borne out what the trials have shown us over the last 4 or 5 years as well. Certainly the industry was eagerly awaiting its development, and the feedback we've had from growers and advisors so far has been fantastic results and really strong weed control.
I've had some really positive feedback with Agixa from it being used for the first time on a commercial scale this season. The agronomists or the consultants who are recommending the product and having confidence that it's going to do what it says on the drum, and then also from growers themselves that are either using it and mixing it and putting it out themselves or working with aerial applicators to put it out.
So Agixa is applied from the 3-leaf rice stage onwards, and it's safe to all the varieties that we've tested. We have also done work to look at whether 2-leaf rice stage would be safe enough for Agixa application, and we would not support that due to a lack of safety on the rices that we tried. There is a new label that's coming out for the 2021 season, which will indicate some new tank mix partners that are readily compatible, some that are physically compatible and others that are actually incompatible. Sempra is incompatible, whilst Starrain is readily compatible, and Starrain will be one of the new treatments listed on the Agixa label when the next label update comes out. Yep, so we would support one application of Agixa per season, number one because of its cost, but also number two for resistance management. We really don't want the Rinskor Active applied or Cyhalifop applied more than once per season if at all possible, just due to the likelihood of resistance development.
As a resistance management strategy, it's very sound because we drive the numbers down with the pre-emergence herbicides early before the crop emerges, and then clean up any of those escapes with a Agixa.
Rinskor Active represents the first Group I mode of action treatment that's been available to apply for grassweed control in rice in Australia, and therefore we really want to protect that mode of action for grassweed management as barnyard grass and other grasses are the key competitors in rice in Australia.
Australian rice industry has such a standing in the world for really good quality rice, and also our water use efficiency of growing rice in Australia is second to none. So by having a product that can be included in the herbicide program, which is only one aspect of growing rice, but a significant one for both yield and for quality. And that's really exciting to have a product that can be included in those programs and be used in a really effective way and an efficient way, and it is also a very safe product to the environment.
So in other parts of Australia where rice is grown, we believe Agixa herbicide will be the one that's most suitable to those rices because they're either rain grown or mostly rain grown with some supplemental irrigation.
You know, at the end of the day, you want the best yield you can from your crops, and you also want the best quality of that crop. So we think by including Agixa in those programs, you can, that's going to be one step to getting there.